Hello, Max.
Hey, how are you, Rokky? Right?
I'm not too bad, how are you?
Very good. Very good company to be in.
Good. Today I would like you to tell everyone what the benefits are of unorthodox sexual practices.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. We use that phrase, but it's kind of like that phrase kind of refers to BDSM activities, any kind of activity that's outside of the human norm, outside the norm. So human relationships that kind of are slightly not seen as normal. Now, I believe with this whole BDSM culture, underground kind of activities, I believe there's actually health benefits to these. There can be seen as like treatments almost that are comparable to mainstream treatments like counselling, going to a sex therapist, going to a psychologist, going to a doctor to treat depression or any kind of anything that's kind of endorsed by the NHS and general medical authorities. I believe that there are certain kind of activities that have kind of been born out of this underground BDSM world that actually have health benefits. Like, forget about the thrills and the fun factor. I know you like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, but forget about that for now.
Ignore it.
But there's actually kind of health benefits, not just with, say, doing something different, so mind expansion, but kind of building trust with other humans and exciting, enhancing senses. So I know you've had different kind of, like, for instance, you've got like things on your nipples, heightening your senses, all sorts.
Everything.
So heightening senses, building trust with other people, and it's kind of like it's a form of mental massage.
Massage the brain.
Yeah, so I mean, are there anything that you can kind of, maybe to the person that might be thinking, maybe this is a bit too far, why would the NHS, or why would it be endorsed by mainstream health? But, you know, what do you, in your experience, what has helped you become the person that you are?
So, for me, I've been someone who's been kind of exploring and into BDSM for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
And I'm someone that has used it for the longest time as escapism as well. Because when you think about it, that is kind of one of the whole points of it, is you're taking yourself out of the stress of real life and anything that's kind of like going on, and then you're bringing yourself into this whole new fantasy world where you can just kind of let go and be away from all the stress and just completely let all your thoughts just kind of disappear. It's a way to let go, which actually can be really, really beneficial, because often we're holding on to too many things and like everything gets too much.
Escapism, and people, the fact is everyone tends to lead a life of routine, eating the same food, doing the same job, having kind of superficial human relationships born out of politeness.
It's all the same.
Whereas you're creating this human dynamic that's kind of tailored, and it can vary, and it's different, and it heightens the senses, as I was saying. And it's just, it builds trust. And, you know, for instance, things like choking, slapping, these are techniques or treatments that can be used to kind of, not just for the recipient, but also for the giver. It can be something that stimulates the mind.
It's a way to have control if you feel like you don't have control. It's a way to let go of the control if you feel like you're just too in control. Which is amazing for the brain, because it's just, you know, a really big release.
And that's the thing, we believe that it's kind of time, it may not be now, but in the next few years, before mainstream science and medicine starts to experiment with these ideas and say, okay, maybe there are benefits, because if you have like depression, you go to see a psychiatrist, if you have sex therapists, you have doctors, but why don't we have someone from the BDSM community, or that they can be trained to administer these treatments to people and actually benefit them outside of taking drugs, outside of taking pharmaceutical drugs. So in the same way, just lastly to wrap up, but say you have cannabis, marijuana, it's not just a fun factor, social activity, there's health benefits, and it's slowly being explored. So similarly with psychedelics, very much obviously a psychonaught, subculture, entertainment, hippies, whatever, but you have shamans that help the general public explore themselves through the use of psychedelic compounds. And I believe that I'm trying to reach out to key figures within the BDSM underworld, so that basically the general public can benefit from them.
Bring them together, because you know, you can go to a sex therapist and, you know, talk about, you know, all your things, or you can try something unconventional, take yourself out of it.
And the thing is, the sex therapist, they can give you the advice, but the thing is, they're restricted because they can't then get you in a chamber, or they can't they can't whip their dick out and start slapping you around. It's not like they can do that. But I believe there will be a role in the future for some kind of person that's kind of the conduit in between for both. Tell us what you think, and hopefully this channel grows. It's lovely talking to you.
Oh, it's great talking to you too. Bye.